Hello everyone. Hi there, I'm Tim Hollo, the Greens candidate for Canberra, and I'm delighted to be here in Ainslie at the Patchwork Urban Farm's weekly collection point to have a quick chat about what urban farming in the capital is with Karina and Mikey from the Urban Farm here, but also with our wonderful Minister for Environment and Agriculture, Rebecca Vassarotti, who's just put forward a fantastic discussion paper on food and fibre in the capital. And so we're here to have a bit of a chat about what's going on. I was really excited about a year ago, having a bit of land in our front garden which hadn't been used very well when Karina and friends were kind of setting up what they're doing, and super excited to have them growing food in my garden as well as many others around the neighbourhood, and getting this wonderful, beautiful, fresh local food to be eaten around the capital area. And Rebecca's done a fantastic job of putting forward a discussion paper about how we can do this really well across the capital. So I'm going to hand over to Rebecca now to tell us a bit about the discussion paper.
Thanks so much, Tim. And look, we are really excited about looking at this issue of agriculture, food and fibre, and urban agriculture, because we think that there is so many opportunities here in the ACT. We know that there are fantastic initiatives just like the Patchwork Farming Initiative, and we really want to harness it and see what we can do as a government to make more of this happen. Why we need to really look at this is that we know that we are facing a climate emergency, and we need to look at how resilient our food is in the region. Over the last few months, we've realised how fragile some of our supply systems are, and we also know that we have a great opportunity to have fabulous food coming from our local region. We want to make sure food is healthy, is accessible, and everyone has the opportunity, where possible, to grow their own food or source their food locally. So we're going out to the community to ask them what we can do as a government to make sure that we can support the community to take control of our food and fibre, and to really look at what the economic opportunities are, to make sure that we can use this as a way for community connection, and find out how we can bring people together, because, face it, we all love food, we do all have to eat, but we also, when we connect with our food and understand where it comes from, it just means we do value it more, and it just makes it so much more special. So this is a great opportunity. We haven't had an agriculture policy in the ACT for 20 years. So this is really, an opportunity to bring the community together to find out what ideas you have, so we can make sure that as a government we can support you to get involved in food and fibre in the capital.
Thanks so much. Very exciting stuff. Karina, Mikey, can you tell us a little bit about your project here and what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So we grow vegetables, an assortment of vegetables that we put in veggie boxes, and we grow those in around 5 different yard spaces and verge spaces around Canberra. And we're a CSA farm, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. So that means that we have a number of members who basically share the risks and rewards of the farming that we're doing. And it means that some weeks the box will be a little bit bigger when we have a lot of different things growing. Some weeks it's a little bit smaller, say closer to the winter months. And we also sell these veggie boxes on a sliding scale payment, so that people from all different financial situations can access this food. And very importantly, we grow the food in ways that nurture the many forms of life in the soil and in our wider ecosystem. Like Rebecca mentioned, we know that the climate emergency is going to be an ongoing pressure in our lives, and it will affect the production of food and the supply of food in our region. And we also know that since colonisation here, the way that farming has happened hasn't necessarily looked after the land, and there's been a lot of exploitation of the land and people's forms of labour. So we're excited to have some input on changing some of that. I'll pass to Mikey to add a bit more.
Yeah, I guess we feel like the food and fibre strategy is a really exciting opportunity that the government has put forward, and it's not common that people get to put input into policies that are going to affect their lives down the track, and yeah, that's really great. And we think that it's really important for growers and food lovers alike to take this opportunity to put forward their ideas and work collaboratively with the government to share whatever is important to us about food and fibre. Yeah, whether that is about Indigenous-led land management, or more support for local growers, or equitable access to food across income groups, and yeah, so we hope people take the opportunity to put their voices out there, and thanks.
Great, thank you very much. So there is an opportunity for people to comment on the paper, and I'm sure we'll put the link straight into the chat.
Yeah, so look, we're just encouraging everyone who has an interest in this to jump onto the Your Say part of the ACT government website. There's a discussion paper that's up there that raises a range of questions, and a survey if you don't have lots of time to fill out a long submission. That comment is open till the end of the month. We're really excited that lots of people have already given us really good ideas. We really want to support this as a community-led initiative. We don't have any fixed ideas about what we should be doing, but we know that we can doing better and doing more. I think, you know, one of the amazing things that happened over the last few months is that while we were seeing our larger supermarkets with shelves empty, people actually discovered their local growers and producers, and it was a really good recognition of how we can build our resilience in our food production, how we can make sure that we are really supporting our local businesses, and, you know, importantly, learn from our First Nations knowledge holders, as well as supporting our biodiversity and actually making our country better. And so, you know, really connecting and caring to country. So there's lots of opportunities. So really encouraging you to jump onto the website. Please provide your ideas and views. It'll be open till the end of this month.
Thanks very much for joining us.